Here we are, the aftermath of this morning's sermon, and I'm just going to tell you quickly what we talked about, and then you can continue the conversation. We were in this passage in Mark 14, the original Lord's Supper, the very first one, but as we talked about, it was not in a vacuum, this meal. It was a Passover meal, which had this rich, deep history, and we kind of unpacked some of that. We explored that. We explored how Jesus speaks words that are so surprising because nobody says these kinds of things. There were certain expected traditions and rituals around this meal, but Jesus says, "This is my body." He says, "This is my blood of the covenant." We talked about what those things meant and how they would have understood it in the first century. And then we looked, and I think the part that for me really struck me was when we looked at the context of this passage and the disciples themselves, and how these are disciples who fall away and who are weak, and they fail right here in this passage, and yet this meal is for them. And we sometimes have this idea that the Lord's Supper is for people who have lived like this sinless, flawless life, at least in the past week, and it's simply not the case. This meal, this act of grace represented by this meal, is for those who know that they need grace. It's for those who know that they are sinners, that they are weak, that they fall short and need the grace of Jesus, and for those who are willing to take hold of it and receive it. Jesus says, "This is my body, take it." And so my exhortation to you this week is to know that you need grace and to take hold of it, to take hold of the grace of Jesus and to trust in it. So my one big question for you, if you're talking about this with your group or with your family or whatever, is what difference does the Lord's Supper make for your life on an ongoing basis? Not just something we do on a Sunday here or there, but what difference does it make for your life on an ongoing basis?